We are live coming with a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I'm your host, Trevor. Tonight we're joined by Alex. Alex, how are we doing tonight?
Yo.
And we are here, episode 5, two-man crew. Me and Alex, BMFEP, what else is new? Andy in the Redemption House, surprise.
Yeah, I mean, Trev, do you like my new name?
Alex Banana. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we have to give you that title from now on. The funny thing is, and Andy's not going to know this, remember this whole thing? Be like, everybody sees Alex Bananas. Alex might be the one who types that, but I got the power to edit whatever I want.
Come on.
So, I don't know.
We'll get into that.
A crazy episode. We got love in the air. We got injuries. 2 people eliminated. 2-man pod. I mean, as Mikey the Doctor writes, tonight was just mutiny.
I really liked tonight's episode. I think last week was when I said it was the worst episode of the year. This might have been borderline best episode of the year. I know there's only 5 to choose from, but just all around, the daily was good. The elimination was good. The drama was good. There was like you said, love was in the air. There was a lot of hooking up. There was injuries. Like there was new format, new politics, like all of these things. There was just a lot crammed into this episode. And obviously every episode now is 45, 47 minutes. And this felt not too long, not too short. Like this was just like a filet mignon of an episode.
I thought tonight's episode sucked. Not so fast. I'm kidding. I love tonight's episode. And you know why? And we're just this is me and Alex, the 2-man crew, just flowing on each other. Why tonight's episode was so good, I think. We didn't dive right in. We had the streak. Back to 1.
We did have the streak. Blue team walking in the house first.
We're back. I mean, we see that first, and then we go. I mean, I think there's a little drama at the house. You see Bananas. I think he was talking a little bit, some strategy. And then we go to the daily. So I say we just dive right into the daily already with a good old-fashioned headbanger. This daily essentially was TJ dropping these dodgeballs. You know, he's kind of like slingshotting them in. Very Mario Party minigame-esque. You're basically trying to go against the other people. So, you know, I'm trying to throw balls into Alex's bin, or I'm trying to throw it into Andy, which Andy has no defense tonight. It's kind of like, I feel like that was kind of the vibe, you know, like me and Alex were going at each other very hard, you know, in the beginning. So I'm trying to shoot on Alex's goal. Alex is trying to shoot on mine. And then we both looked at each other like, where the fuck's Andy? Where the fuck is the blue team? And then all of a sudden, like, here we go. And then the whole team up was incredible.
Yeah. So blue, so they start off and blue team says, you know, we have so many less people. We've basically done it made me think of Nelson on Invasion. Remember when Nelson did the double cross against Shane and Corey?
Yeah,
they basically did that strategy where they told Gray they were working with them, told Orange the same thing. And then they got all the way up to like, wasn't it double-digit balls in each of the other 2 teams? Which is like the smartest thing Blue could have done. Because they were so outnumbered. And then all of a sudden, those idiots finally looked around and they were like, wait a minute. Blue's not working with us like we thought. And then they immediately turned. And then it really became like a 3-horse race. Like by the end of it, all 3 teams were really close. I think they could have executed the ending of it a little bit better just from a TV standpoint. But we really had no clue who was going to win. And then Orange team ultimately pulls it off. But I mean, overall, like, did you enjoy this? Like, it was an absolute shit show. I enjoyed it. The main thing that I just kind of took away from it was like, I was kind of shocked that they didn't do males and females separately. That seemed dangerous. I mean, CT at one point shoved Kara to the ground. Like,
okay,
And
I
then
love you
for the
bringing that.
last slice of pizza.
That was a light push. I think was worse was Leo on Macon Liete. That was like a body slam.
That was when she said he kicked her or something, right?
Yeah, like she screamed. That camera person who got the live shot when she has her finger up in the air, I'll give you that. That intern deserves a raise. That intern deserves a season of ridiculousness.
It was just a shit show. Like people were insane. Like, and somebody did get a good grab of Tori. I'll just say that. I noticed that. I mean, it was just like I can't believe that they all did it at once, but it seemed like everybody, for the most part, was kind of okay with it because the only injury that we got, we'll get to in a second, was girl on girl. But yeah, it was nuts. Like, and I also thought like the baskets were interesting. How it was like a straight ahead. It wasn't like a basketball hoop where like you shoot it downwards. It was like straight ahead, and I think it was like the shape of like a hexagon maybe.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like actually like decently hard to make it, as opposed to like I would expect some sort of like large funnel so that they could kind of just throw it up there and score points pretty easily. Like it seemed like you actually needed some skill to it, and it just was like a mess the entire time in a fun way, I think is the difference. We see a lot of dailies that are shit shows. This was a shit show, but in an entertaining way.
I thought it was funny how there were like two strategies of scoring the points. Some guys were like LeBron James just going up for these slam dunks on these things, which I thought they were about to break. Then you had these guys just taking jumpers from like deep and just bricking it. It's just like unbelievable. I think there was a shot of Keanu who just like it was literally like a Shaq dunk, like a two-handed slam, just out of control. But yeah, to your point, I cannot believe they didn't do like a male's heat and a female's heat. I guess like blue is so low, it doesn't really matter. But God, that was crazy. I love this daily. Excuse me.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I'm trying to think of like what would have been like the best use of this daily if it wasn't like if it was all guys, let's say. Like would it have been like I'm thinking like Rivals 1 when it was like male teams, like you couldn't really do that because like you're if you only have one partner, that's not enough people like getting balls and everything. But like I don't remember like other teams that like had more than 3 guys or 4 guys on them that like you could have done a 3-way thing for.
I think it would have been interesting to see this. All males, all females. Okay. So I actually like tonight's thing. I'm not mad at it. I actually think it probably is the best way. Males, then females is your second option. Or your third option, which would have been interesting, is which orange has the most guys left, right? I think it's they have 4 or 5.
Orange has 4.
4. Let's just say 10 different heats. Okay. Listen. 10 heats, but 1 ball. So it's whoever gets the most points. So like orange nominates a guy, blue nominates a guy, gray nominates a guy. So it's 1v1v1. It's only 3 people, and you can put it in whatever goal that you want. It doesn't matter. So either orange is getting a point scored on him, blue's getting a point, and it's just straight up king of the hill. And you have like for the orange team, every guy has to go once. For the blue team, when there's only 3 guys, 2 people have to go twice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be good. Or like if it was like or like an X's season where it's like guy-girl pairs, and it's like the first heat is all 13 guys, and whoever like the bottom 3 guys are get chopped off, and then their girls partners don't compete because like their teams are chopped off. I feel like they've done that in the past where they kind of alternate heats, and it's like if your partner got eliminated last heat, like you as a team are eliminated. But I mean, overall, like it was like I feel like they did it pretty well. I think the last ball was kind of like felt anticlimactic because I feel like they could have told us the score. Maybe I thought they were going to like eliminate one team and then do a one-on-one battle for the 2 other teams. Like I feel like the ending was a little choppy, but overall it was super entertaining. and I liked it.
I think the one thing I would have changed, and this is just a complete copy now of Mario Party, which, I mean, they've already copied. They should have thrown out every so often like a gold ball that was worth more points.
3 points.
Yeah, think about how crazy that would be.
That would be nuts.
God, sounds like it would be nuts.
So just other kind of highlights from the daily. I mean, I think we just dive right into to Sydney.
I don't think we should dive in. I think we should tackle the subject and hopefully not get hurt in the process. I mean, it was Deb, right? Deb was the girl.
Yeah.
What the fuck was she doing?
Yeah, I mean, it was jumped on top of like her shoulders from the back, and just Sydney, you saw her leg like immediately go down. We'll skip ahead for this thing since we obviously know that it DQs Sydney for the rest, or it removed her from the game. And just like a kind of wild to happen, like the fact that this happened, and it clearly, like, we saw the fallout and everything, Deb versus Sydney, and I mean, like, Deb clearly like didn't have intentions of doing this, but if you're Sydney, you're also incredibly pissed. Like, and this isn't just you knocked me out of the game. This is like, I think she tore her ACL. Isn't that confirmed at this point? This is like, you ruined my life for the next year. It's outside of the game. And so it's just like a wild thing to have happen.
Well, it's one of those. I think it's like the second worst injury. I still think the Achilles is worse. That's just me. But ACL, some are saying, and I don't know, some are saying, as Mikey the Doctor, do you fault Deb and Nick Chubb for hurting Sydney? Is this the curse of Nick Chubb? A guy who tore his ACL multiple times.
But Deb didn't.
Yeah, but because of that, they're passing off the energy to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like the Nick Chubb curse, it's like passed off.
Trev, let me ask you this. Is there, because we've seen probably a dozen or so injuries or something. Well, hold on. Somebody gets injured and the injury's so bad they have to leave the game. We've seen that plenty of times. I guess what I'm wondering is, I think the number is much lower when you talk about like injuries that are directly caused by somebody else. Like, a lot of times it's like somebody falling off this or like kind of doing whatever it is. But like, this was, Sydney got eliminated from the game because Deb jumped on top of her shoulders from behind and she kind of collapsed basically. So like, first part is like, do we have any other examples of that? But then I'm also just wondering, like, where do you draw the line? Because Deb, I don't think in this example was like doing it intentionally. But on the other end of this spectrum is like Deb being like, I'm going to fucking like jump on top of her in this mud pit and like break her leg, or anybody doing that to anybody. And like, I feel like if it was incredibly obvious, TJ would have kicked them out of the game. They would have kicked Deb out of the game. So like, it is interesting, like that line in the middle is somewhere. Obviously, like, I don't think Deb crossed it tonight, but it just had me thinking of like, have we ever had other instances where like somebody kind of took a cheap shot at somebody trying to get them out of the game, and they either got caught or didn't get caught, and kind of what the fallout was? I don't think that's ever fully happened.
I don't think so. I think like fully injury / DQ'd.
Yeah.
Doesn't count is the punch.
Adam? CT?
At Darrell? Yeah. I mean, there's so many.
Well, but and those are like
that's not like a torn ACL or like a broken wrist, because like when Cara broke her wrist in free agents, like that wasn't because somebody like did it on purpose, or like the only injury I think of where it's like, honestly, I can think of where it's like 1v1 is Chet being a little bitch with his chin.
That's a good call.
But that's not like, I mean, that's just like a headbanger. That's like that, like the injury tonight was more so like it could have been prevented. Like you didn't have to do that. Like a headbanger getting hit in the chin, like it happens. Like that's not like that's a freak thing. Like tonight, it's somebody who's kind of unathletic, kind of like just, dicking around with somebody who knows what they're doing. Like, you can get hurt. And obviously it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. In most of the, like the CT and Adam and those ones, like those are outside of the dailies. Those are outside of the game. Chet is a good example of where like they were actually in the play and, something happened. That one was more like you said, they were just like, I think wasn't it the balls in they were doing?
Mm-hmm.
And so it just kind of happened. This was like Deb did not need to be doing what she was doing. But it just kind of like, it makes you think like how much could somebody like take a cheap shot in this? But yeah, I mean, it's wild watching it happen and being like, Deb didn't mean for this to happen, but like now because of it, one of, if not the best girl in the game is going home. And I know you're a big Sydney guy, right? You want to see her back?
Yeah. I obviously, I think this injury, I think it's like, as crazy as this sounds, is it Orange Girls versus the world now? Like, they got to be the favorites. Like, it's Tori, it's Michelle. Who's even next on the list? Adrian? I guess Macon Liete.
You're just in terms of like power ranking the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Sydney was high up there,
She's
and now she's going to be 2 seasons in, no elimination losses. She obviously made the final last year. I hope we see her back. I think she's also like, she seems like the type of person who could be like, I'm better than the challenge at this point. I was honestly surprised she came back for a second season. She's so cocky, and that's kind of what makes Sydney. But I was kind of surprised she came back for this season. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a third season for her because the second season didn't really count.
Boogie wrote Fezzi broke Jordan's arm. Is that true?
I think I do remember that.
That was where his arm got caught, right, or something. Was it
in the?
I was gonna say pole wrestle.
It was like the figure 8 pole wrestle thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was that I think does fall into another category of like,
I count that as the Chet thing. Like, it's a freak thing.
Yes, and like they explicitly gave Chet a chance to like keep competing, and he said no. Whereas like Jordan kept competing, and then I think after the fact he was like, yeah, I wasn't feeling good after that elimination. They checked me out. It reminds me of when Bananas and Leroy on X's 2 did the elimination at the end. Do you remember this? And Bananas posted the picture of like his broken ribs afterward, and he was like, "This is the fallout." And then somebody found out that it was like, if you Googled like broken ribs, the picture that he posted as like an X-ray was like the very first Google image result.
That was a pole wrestle too, right?
Yes.
Low key, that battle between Teresa and Nani was one of the crazier pole wrestles.
It really was, and there was animosity there.
Oh, they fucking hated each other.
They hated each other.
Which was that the season? I'm getting confused on seasons. Leroy and Teresa weren't partners the entire year, right?
Right.
She was a replacement because somebody went home, and it was the fight, Naya.
Yeah, Naya. Well, Naya did this.
Yeah, to Jordan, we know. God, how about that? Like, we just eliminated person we just bring back to the game, and they get a new partner like Leroy.
I mean, that was a huge upgrade.
Huge.
Wait a minute. I'm doing all right. Sorry. One last piece of research here, because Sydney mentioned that she has a wedding, and it looks like.
There's no way. Did you find pictures?
Well, I found her registry and all of that. It hasn't happened yet. No, she is her wedding is scheduled for November 13th.
Should we get her a gift?
I mean, I think we might have to.
God, Stir the Pod shirt. Wait, where's she getting married? Is there a location? We wouldn't dare. Live podcast?
Come on. Wedding crashers?
I have a football game that day anyway, so I can't go. It's a Friday.
It is a Friday. Interesting.
Yeah,
you have a football game on a Friday?
Yeah, call me Mount Vernon or Honor.
No, come on, Mitch.
God, didn't Mitch say the Colts were going 13-4 this year?
Oh, Mitch is all in.
God, him and Zachy Kiefer and the boys. Wait, no, in all seriousness, where's she getting married?
Graduated from Ohio State. I can't find the location.
You're lagging a bit,
this guy
Alex.
went to
You
Ohio
there?
State.
Uh-oh. Alex, you there?
You hear me?
Oh, you are delayed really bad right now, but we'll figure that out. All right. He's gone. So after that, after Sydney's whole thing, we talk about where'd he go? I'm trying to see what Alex wrote for the rest of the episode. Come on, Alex. Dabu writes, Sydney's a lawyer. Her not returning soon is very likely. No, I think Sydney's going to be back. I think she's a competitor. I think she'll do a season of what was she on before? Survivor. I think she'll do something like that before she actually comes back. But overall, like, Sydney's essential for the challenge. Like, we definitely need her again. But who knows? I was just responding to Dabu's message. Sydney's a lawyer. Her not returning soon is very likely. I don't know. I see her coming back pretty quickly. I see her doing a Survivor series and then coming on. I mean, they're only pumping out one season a year now, so it's not like we're on a pace. And who knows if the challenge will even be a thing after this year.
I mean, those are all great points.
God. All right, so where were we? I was looking at the little cheat sheet, and I kind of lost track of where we were. Should we talk about the captains?
Yeah, let's kind of do so. So the captains, I think we didn't mention this before, but the captains that they picked before the daily are Tori for orange, Corey for gray, and Josh for blue. And then after the daily, TJ tells us that.
Wait, before that, what do you think of those three captains?
I mean, I called Corey. I called that last week. I figured he would be pushing for himself. The Josh pick doesn't surprise me just in terms of the way it played out, because I also thought Nelly would volunteer to be a captain. He tried to, and it was ultimately the vets just don't really have the numbers on that team anymore. And then Tori, I can't remember if you mentioned her or not, but that does, like when they all kind of said Tori, I was like, that makes sense. Like Tori is a veteran. Everybody kind of likes her. You knew it wasn't going to be bananas or CT. So I feel like that was something that we should have been tracking. And so I kind of like all three of them.
I think Tori we nailed the other day. I'm trying to think of who else we said. I would kind of wish Nelly was captain.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Captain Nelly?
Scuba Nelly, Captain Nelly, the go. All right, so then what were you saying? So after that,
TJ's basically like, winning team from this point is safe. What's up?
God, your audio, you're like underwater.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Captain's safe. Whole team is safe. And then basically the captains of the two losing team each have to pick. This is a guy's day, so each have to pick a guy from their team. So for blue, we already know that it's going to be Nelly because they're the only two guys left. And Josh is safe. And Corey's going to have to pick between three guys. So I personally like this change. I think it makes it way easier to follow, to just be like, hey, winning team is safe. They have to make no decisions, which was refreshing to hear. And then there's not a last place. There's just two losing teams. like the OG Cutthroat and the captains are in charge of picking. I think that just makes it 10 times easier as a viewer.
Yeah, I like it. What is up with your computer? I can literally hear myself. Unbelievable. What do you see? It sounds fine now. What do you think about the voting process of who went in this week? You like it? You hate it?
So, like the actual people who they picked at the elimination.
Yeah.
I mean, it really was just the gray team, right? Because it was just Corey picking Keanu.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, why would you not? Just, I guess you're saving Nelly.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he said he's riding with Chris, and then Leo. I think they just kind of have this unspoken alliance. I don't know. I think that the teams are so small. Like, it didn't really shock me. He said, they were going to get there and decide what it looked like, but I don't feel like Keanu was a huge shock. I think we gotta quickly touch on all the house love affairs before we get to elimination, right?
I think we got to address this comment from China Girl 673. Didn't Mitch throw an interception on the 1 yard line? I mean, come on. I mean, that might be the comment of the night. What do you have to say about that, Alex?
I mean, I had the chat close for a second. China girl out of nowhere. I mean, I don't know. There's probably less than 10 people on the planet that have that knowledge. Even the people that were part of that game, part of that team.
Maybe she was there. Maybe she was on the 1 yard line.
Wow. We'll have to.
Early MVP for the night. Early MVP.
That's a good point. Let's move to the house, and then as we move to the house, I do want to mention one other thing that Mikey mentioned in terms of the format. The other thing that TJ said when he explained kind of the captains and all of that is this concept of a mutiny, where basically we have the captains, and so Corey, Tori, and Josh, and they're not changing unless the team that they're on throws a mutiny, which is basically like every single person on their team has to be unanimous, has to vote to basically remove them from the power position. And they only have 2 mutinies per team for the season, but that is a thing that could happen. So what did you think about this? I mean, this obviously just like is another layer to it all. I was surprised at how much I liked thinking about this possibility, just because you have to, if you're a captain now, think that this could happen. And Corey said, like, part of the reason why he's riding with Chris is Chris told him that, like, he's basically going to be a holdout if they ever get to that point, which for the mutiny as a twist is all you need. You just need one person to not vote, like, remove you. So I don't know exactly how they'll execute it. Is it before the daily, before the elimination, like how that voting works? But it is a fun twist to have.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on mutiny. My letterbox literally said, guy gets framed, guy has to take out a ton of bad guys, a lot of violent kills, never seen it before. We're talking about the Jason Statham movie, right? That just came out.
Did you ever watch 80 for Brady?
No, I did not. I did watch, wasn't the other movie Lego Movie?
Yes.
I did watch that, which we'll get into. Still got a letterbox that. But I like the twist. I do. It keeps you on your toes. And it's not a free guarantee. It's not a free ride.
Yeah, and I think we're still probably 2 episodes away from like somebody even being in danger of that happening. But when it does, it'll be interesting because like the people staging the mutiny are going to be like in the corners trying to convince like the 2 people who kind of just want to play it cool. Because like at some point you have to show your cards. So I think it does add a good layer of twist to it.
Who do you think is going to be the first person to do that?
To get overthrown?
Yeah.
I think the odds-on favorite has to be Corey.
Okay.
Just because he is the only captain so far that's actually had to make a decision. And everybody seems pretty cordial with Tori, and they're like winning every daily. And then blue team is just a mess. They're losing people left and right. And so I feel like Corey was kind of bottom of the totem pole on their team to begin with. So I feel like if, I don't know, Leo says he wants to be captain, like, or one of the girls on their team like wants to be captain, I feel like they'll find a way to kind of make that happen.
Yeah. All right. So moving.
Yeah. Let's do some of the kind of love triangle-y stuff that happens throughout kind of the middle 15 minutes. So what if we start with Corey, Izzy, calling Cheyenne, Nelson gets involved. What do you think about this whole triangle, square love situation we have here?
I would say exactly how the daily was. A shit show. I mean, they're just I don't even know what the whole Corey and Cheyenne dynamic is anymore. I thought they broke up, but I could be wrong.
I mean, it showed her as Corey's ex, and I'm sure somebody in the chat knows. I think Corey during this season was living with Taylor.
Okay. So then, like, living with Taylor, together with Taylor, or no?
Like, kind of.
Let's wind the clock back. Corey's got a kid with Cheyenne. He's got 2 kids with Taylor.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And Taylor and Corey aren't together anymore, but they live together.
They are together.
They are together.
Yes, but Corey made it seem like they're kind of just co-parenting within the same household.
I like I said, it's the daily fucking shit show.
It is a shit show, and I think basically, like, my interpretation was like Cheyenne is someone who he's obviously not together with, he's not romantic with, but they are like on very good terms, and like they're kind of friends with each other. They're obviously parents to the same kid, and I think the phone call was kind of him confiding in her and basically being like, I'm close to doing whatever these things are. And like, I know that the person I live with, my girlfriend, fiance, whatever it is, Taylor, is not going to be happy about hearing these things. And I'm not sure if like, I'm going to be welcomed back in my own home. And then that's when Cheyenne was like, basically like, I'm not telling you to do this for me. We're not together, but like, stop fucking around, or like, you really have to just like lock in.
Well, and I know Cheyenne, obviously Cheyenne has been on the challenge. She understands what is happening behind the scenes of everything. I think honestly, I think I gained a lot of respect for her.
Yeah. She looked good tonight.
Yeah, for actually telling Corey, like, cut the fucking shit. Like,
yeah. And she did it in a way that was like, wasn't like bitching Corey out or being like overly, responsive or anything like that, but also just like giving him a wake up call, like, you have to do this, as opposed to Nelson dragging Izzy into some locked bathroom and saying like, stay away from Corey.
Yeah.
That was not the best way to treat
that. Have you felt Nellie's kind of been like that more with everything this season?
More
I don't want to. This might come off bad, and I'm not trying to be bad saying this, but since the injury of him, has he been kind of like, I don't want to say trying to be like the dad figure or like the older brother, like, Corey, you got to cut the shit. You got to be like, we got to lock in, but like all that, like, I don't know. I just like.
You're saying like
Corey's a grown man. Like, he doesn't need your help, Nelson. Like,
you're saying like pre-injury Nelson probably wouldn't have given a shit about
absolutely
this.
Not.
That's probably a good point.
And that's why, like, I feel like Nelson really didn't need to do anything with Izzy or didn't need to do anything with Corey. It just kind of like, I don't know. It just felt like it almost feels in this again. It sounds bad. It seems like Nelson's being like fake dad, if that makes any sense. Like he's trying to look good for cameras when like it just. I think it's making him look worse.
I mean, tonight that part of the episode definitely made him look worse. Izzy had no. Izzy's done nothing wrong at all.
No.
And for Nelson to kind of come up to her and say that, it really just was like a bad look for him, bad look for the episode. It reminded me of, and I'm hoping someone in the chat can kind of remind us about this, but I think it was Total Madness, one of the first few episodes. And this is just like peak Nelly T, just being a douchebag. And I think he started their voting process when like all 20 people are in the same room. He starts with an apology to Kayla, I think it was, saying that he had like maybe yelled at her during the daily and he was sorry for his disrespect and everything. Then they started voting and it instantly turned to Nelly like slut shaming her and all of these other things. And it was just like, dude, you like made this big grand gesture and like apologized to her for something else 5 minutes ago and now you're doing this. It just reminded me of just like Nelson's inability to kind of like know the proper way to handle some of these types of situations.
Yeah. And it sucks because like honestly, I've liked Corey this season. He's a little off the rails. But I like Corey's a love-hate kind of person. Nelly, I like. Scuba Nelly, love him. And I liked Izzy this season too. Like all three. And it's just like an awkward dynamic now for this.
It really is. It really is. And yeah, Izzy, I like Izzy a lot. And it's just the fact that she's caught up in this. Like if Izzy's hooking up with somebody like Leo, they're probably like, hooking up 10 times already at this point. They're both kind of just with the wrong person. And so I guess I was thinking of other hookups, Annalie and Leo. We got some more of that. It was kind of just a little tickle. Wasn't anything compared to last episode, but I feel like it is gonna kind of continue the storyline of those two. Any thoughts on Annalie or Leo, or should we move to Anna Leo, or should we move to Belete?
Okay, we're not calling that. So Anna Leo, if I'm Annalise, husband, right? They're married.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
Well, and think about this episode, right? You go through last episode, you see it all. She issues the big statement, and it probably took him think about it. Like, what if it took him the whole week to even move back into the house? He's like, I get it. You've told me all these things. I just need some space. Like, I want to, just stay with my buddies for a few days. He finally moves back in, and she's like, all right, there's another episode dropping this morning. Like, do you want to watch it? And he's like, yeah. Like, at this point, he's kind of convinced himself, like, things aren't bad. And then he sees Anna Leo in the bathroom, flirting. She said, I think she said, well, Leo's so young. He probably just had a birthday. He's probably 37 now, whatever he is. And they're just like a mess. And now he's probably not sleeping there again tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just kind of flirty. I'm just picturing like the husband just being like, "That's the worst of it, right? Oh yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst." Then hold my beer. Literally, it just goes to this episode. It's just like, you gotta be kidding me. And then I can already see Alex next episode. It's gonna be like, no, we're done. And then it's just going to be the same old shit again. And here we go again. It's literally the GTA meme. Oh, shit. Here we go again. Like, literally that. All right. So let's talk about bananas. I was trying to think of another. Bananas and Liade. How old is she?
I think less than or younger than 25.
She's got, I think, 22, 23.
Let's see. Alexis. Oh, wait, she's 29.
Huh?
Does Bananas know this?
That might be like Leo DiCaprio's like, I'm out. Why are you typing?
What about the virginity piece? Did we know that?
Oh, that's fake. You know, back in New Albany, she was getting tapped by Romeo Langford.
Who?
Romeo Langford. Didn't you go to that school?
All right. Who's next? I saw somebody mention Josh and Adrian. That was a very quick clip, but it was good. It was a good reminder. I'd almost forgotten that those two were even together. Wasn't Nerese the third person that was involved a few weeks ago with those two? Now she's obviously gone, but yeah, we didn't really advance that storyline at all tonight, but it was a good refresher that they're still hooking up.
There we go. All right, so Ryan McCord writes, there's just no way that's true. As in the age, or she's 22 years old? I guess those are the same thing. God, Alex's mic is terrible tonight. He has to mute. See how the echo's gone now, y'all? Like, this is crazy. Early LVP nomination. Uh-oh. So, Alex, are you going to speak, or are you just going to be on mute? Should we go into the elimination?
The last one was Will and Deb Chubb, which was another good reminder. I feel like that was episode 1, and they haven't come back to that at all. But let's go to the elimination. I know your magic jack isn't holding up.
Done. So, the elimination, not so fast. One of my favorite eliminations. Like,
I've never understood why you like it so much.
I just like it. I think it's very like. I mean, obviously tonight we had Keanu versus Nelson. I mean, Alex is the betting man, so I mean, Nelly with one leg. I'm guessing what, minus 5,000 for Keanu?
Oh, not that much. Not that much. Keanu, he's done like 5 episodes of the show. Let me ask you this though, Trev, since you're the not so fastologist. What's your favorite matchup of all time?
I mean, honestly, tonight is smirky as hell. That fucking Nelson won with one leg.
But okay, but you got to give me one other pick, since we'll talk about that. The one that comes to my mind is the
Invasion.
Oh, that's a good one. That was CT, right?
Mm-hmm.
CT was probably like the best.
That was for him to get across to win, or like for the vets, because Camilla also won that.
Yeah, wasn't that Laurel's first loss?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Yeah,
the one that comes to my mind is the what's it called? Exile, the final Exile on X's 2, when Bananas and Nani beat Zach and John A. Was that the only 2-person not so fast they've done?
I kind of bold 2-person. It's so much harder.
The 2-person is awesome because Zach is just ridiculing John A the entire time.
Yeah,
that made it fun to watch.
Yeah, I think Camilla versus Laurel. I think Camilla giving Laurel her first loss is pretty impressive.
And
in a terrible format of Invasion, we had such a good
so bad.
And you had the champs go against each other was so stupid.
And Jay beating CT.
Yeah.
That was a version of Not So Fast, and that was right after the Invasion one. So
that was correct me if I'm wrong, the JCT one was the door though, right? It was like block the door.
It was, yeah, but it was the same
version of like somebody has 30 minutes to fuck around and the other person has 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Why the red face? Yeah.
So in the elimination, Corey votes in Keanu. We already kind of touched on that earlier. It's Keanu versus Nelson. And basically Nelson is in the first section getting all of his advice from CT and Bananas, just telling him where to go, how to get through this. Keanu seems to be doing fine on his end. But again, like with Not So Fast, it's just kind of hard to tell, which is one of my things that I don't love about it. But then they switch, and it's still kind of neck and neck. And then Nelson just kind of pulls it off, all one leg and all.
Pretty impressive. I mean, I'm trying to think of the last last elimination where I was kind of left speechless. I was not expecting Nelson to win, and especially this one where you have to climb. Like climbing is a huge thing with one leg. Like unbelievable, literally unbelievable by Nelly. Unbelievable.
It really was, and I was surprised when it was happening, not just because of the fact that he has one leg and all that. I feel like they edited it pretty well in the sense that, like, I thought Nelson was going to lose because I thought I think Corey had a confessional where he was like, this guy gives it all, and like that's what a challenge champ is. Everybody's cheering him on, the one leg, the whole thing. And so I thought this was going to be Nelson's last episode, and this was going to kind of be a send-off. And like, man, it was even like a crazy thing that he's even on this season and he's giving it his all. And he's kind of like transitioning into the next part of his life. And then he wins. And it's like, holy shit, like how did he even pull that off? Very shocking. I was shocked watching it. Would you rather be Keanu losing this one to a one-legged guy, or be Josh Martinez losing to a one-handed guy in a tug of war?
Keanu, for sure.
So,
Josh losing to a tug of war with somebody with one hand, there's nothing.
Worse.
Oh, absolutely.
But it is Jordan. Like Jordan's good at everything.
Fair. I don't know. I just think like Not So Fast is so like if you're not smart about it, it can be very easy though with the ropes. Like
True.
Like you got to climb through everything. So
that's true.
Like,
so
tug of war is like me versus you. Like we have ropes tied to us. Like,
yeah. Do you want to see Keanu back? Where do you stand?
I don't know. I don't think he brought a lot. I think he's a big old dude. Didn't he play college football?
Yeah, I think University of Arkansas.
Arkansas, yeah. Maybe one more season. I'd throw him a bone. If we have a bigger, because we have 24 players this season. It's a smaller season. If we have a season with like 32 or 30, bring him on. 24, I don't know if he makes the cut.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I always like categorize rookies into 3 groups where it's like, I definitely want this person back, bring him back 100%. He's not in that category. He's also not in the bottom category, which is like, I never want to see this person back again. He kind of, for me, firmly falls in that middle third of like, if he's on the next season, I won't really complain. I won't really be excited about it. Every season, there's a handful of spots that are just kind of like interchangeable, and that's kind of what he's going to fill for at least another season until he actually like falls into the top category or the bottom. That's kind of what happens with most of these people. So yeah, I don't know if he'll get brought back, but like from a physical athletic standpoint, he showed enough of that, I guess. But I don't think they're going to be like pining for him to come back.
Correct. So last thing I want to bring up about the elimination, I think my favorite, there were 2 shots tonight, and I know we didn't talk about one of them, but Nelson was involved in both of them. During the daily, the Saving Private Ryan quote about like Bananas was talking about, and he literally brought up like, there's mud everywhere. This is like a war scene. People are going crazy. People have one leg. And they cut to Nelly during that. I mean, come on. Like, that is unacceptable. Like, come on.
That was, I think, the moment of the night. That was like something where I was like, because that was early into the episode. They got to the daily pretty quickly. And so, I'm watching it, obviously, and then kind of just like half paying attention. And then Banana says that. The cut and the editing was just like, it was perfect.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to bring up with Nelly was when he wins the elimination. I love Corey coming down, tackling him. TJ actually coming up to him, giving him like a fist bump when he's on the ground. But the shot that I love the most is this guy takes his leg off and he acts like it's the Super Bowl trophy. And all you see is him just go like arm up and all. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me.
It's his fucking leg. That thing helps him walk, and he's just holding it up like a trophy for winning a not so fast competition.
Insane.
I love Nelly.
Yeah.
He had ups and downs all episode, and we'll get into that. But just a great performance by him. So Keanu goes home, so that the captains don't change, right? So going into episode 6, we still have a full strength orange team, all 8 people. Blue team now has 2 elimination wins in a row, so they're still at 5 people. And then gray team, help me out with this real quick, because we lost Keanu. We also lost Sydney. So the guys left on gray team are Corey, Leo, Chris. And then girls, we only have Cassidy and Adrian. So there's only 5 people on gray team. So I think they're after this kind of gray team slaughter, I think there's definitely going to be some gray, blue, gray alliance going into the next episode. They have to at this point.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna get dicey. I mean, we gotta have one this now, right?
I mean, like tonight we saw, like if Nelson would have gone home, that basically means that anytime Blue doesn't win, Josh is going in.
Correct.
And like that already had some impact because Josh didn't even have to vote tonight because there's only one other option. Like they're already, and we've joked about this really since episode 1. They're already kind of running out of options, and they're really just going to have to make this shit up on the fly. But it will be interesting going into the next episode to kind of see how the teams scheme against each other, because you really just you can't let Orange win again.
Well, what happens when the purge happens? Or the Redemption House?
Exile.
God, please no. All right, so let's get into some segments. What do we got tonight? Some segments. We got anything new?
So Trevor, let me ask you this. I mentioned on last week's episode that I was kind of workshopping a new segment to kind of have on here, and didn't do it last week because I was still kind of thinking about it. And so I guess my question is, do you want me to introduce this segment tonight, or should I wait till Andy is back?
I think we wait until he's back.
Okay.
I think, and I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, but I think having him here, new seg, kind of fires me up.
Okay, that's fair. I thought about just doing it tonight, and then I was like, wait a second, he's bailing. I think he's doing the Challenge Mafia show tonight. So I just wanted to make sure, because I feel like it'll be best to introduce it when we're all kind of here, because it is, and part of it is a kind of like trivia-esque, and so it is kind of more fun when there's some sort of competition. So let's hold on that one for now. Before we get to MVP, LVP time, then I think maybe we should do Radar Watch, possibly one last time for the season. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Reminder, I have my movie review segment too, so we'll have to go into that.
All right, let's do both of those. We can do those pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Radar Watch, this will be the last or maybe second to last time we'll do it, just because we are getting already down to a small cast. I'll go first for Radar Watch. I think I gotta go Cassidy.
Who?
I don't think she had a confessional tonight. She was totally non-existent. It wasn't until the very, very, very end when Sydney went home and they were talking about the girls left that I learned that Cassidy is still here. So I got to go Cassidy.
Great pick. I low-key, all those blondes kind of blend together these days. I'm going a different route with the Radar Watch. And it's not necessarily this person has been on, but for them it makes no fucking sense. And it's Bananas.
I feel like you always go Bananas for Radar Watch.
I never go
He was hooking up with a rookie.
Yeah, but I feel like I would love to look at the confessional numbers over the past three episodes. He's been down. Normally, he's number one. His numbers are down. That's all I'm saying.
Fair. I get what you're saying. Compared to Bananas, yes. The other name I had going through my mind was Justin.
Oh, good pick.
Justin is just. I don't think he had a confessional. He's very Radar Watchy. And there's a few others, but I feel like we had some good picks. So what movie are you reviewing now?
Well, I got a lot. I mean, how many movies do you have time for? I mean, I saw Mutiny, which is now in theaters. That movie, I literally gave the review. That movie's fucking banana lands.
But what were the movies they gave us last week?
It was Lego Movie, which I watched. Everything is awesome. The thing about Lego Movie, I have not seen the Lego Batman movie. A lot of people have told me that is way better than the Lego Movie. Have not watched it yet. I'm happy to watch it. Mikey the Doctor, if you have another movie on Paramount Plus, happy to watch. I do owe and Brady for 80 or 80 for Brady, whatever the fuck it's called. I do watch that. The thing about Lego Movie, that fucking song, Everything is Awesome, very catchy. Will Ferrell, I'm just not a Will Ferrell guy. Sue me. Like, him being like the dad villain, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. He uses the Craggle is called, like the super glue or whatever. Like, I don't know, kind of smirky, but it's an enjoyable watch. Easy, pretty. I think it's just under 2 hours. Not a bad movie.
It's almost 2 hours?
Yeah, I think it's like, my guess, gun to my head, I was going to say like 150, 140.
Ooh, so that would take Adam probably 3 to 4 sittings?
Nah, more than that. Mike the Doctor writes Dora in the Search for the Soul Dorado as my next movie. Maybe it'll be my movie club movie. The higher level guys will know that.
Oh, come watch it.
Dora. That's not Dora the Explorer, is it?
It has to be. What do you think? It's the other Dora who's an explorer?
I mean, it doesn't say Explorer on that. It just says Dora in the Search for the Soul Dorado.
Oh, no, it's like a live action Dora.
Stop it. Is Swiper live action? There's a fox? What about Map? Does Map have a face?
Come on, Map.
On the map, on the map, on the map.
God. Oh, no, I think you got to watch that. Wow, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's that high?
Yes.
God. Mikey, I got something for you. Let me pull up Paramount Plus right now. And while I pull it up, Paramount Plus, it's MVP LVP time. So you guys know what to do. First order that we get will be our MVP LVP of tonight. But I want to look up real quick.
You got to watch it. That movie sounds muy bien.
Oh, come on. I mean, everybody's seen Top Gun Maverick by now, right? God, Mikey, watch Shooter. Shooter's just a classic group chat movie. Marky Mark on the fucking mountain. Such a classic. Ooh, also, another side movie, very good. Recently added on Paramount Plus right now. She's the Man. That's always a classic watch.
I almost fired that up the other day.
Really?
It's good.
God, sounds kind of good.
All right, Trev, you're up first.
All right. MVP for tonight. I am going to go prosthetic leg as my MVP. We did not think Nelly T would come back. I was devastated. Nelly T is one of my favorite competitors. Great for the show. Scuba Nelly. And I was going to go Nelly, but Nelly did have some bad moments tonight. But the thing that did not have a bad moment tonight was the prosthetic leg. From the raise to him winning the elimination to Bananas' comment, it's all around a prosthetic leg, which I cannot believe Nelly is doing a season of the challenge. Unbelievable. For him to actually win an elimination too, unbelievable. Literally unbelievable. Good for him. Good for science with the prosthetic leg. Thank you, prosthetic leg, and whoever invented it.
Wow, so that's your MVP.
Yeah, I'm going prosthetic leg.
My MVP.
Which, Alex, real quick, I want to give a shout out to Van Phillips. Van Phillips invented the prosthetic leg in 1954. Oh, he was born in 1954. Excuse me, 1984.
Wow, that new.
Yeah, isn't that kind of wild? That can't be right? I feel like I've seen older people with prosthetics, right?
Van Phillips.
I think they're related to Van Wilder.
Come on. So, I mean, that means Van's got to still be alive, right?
Yeah, I think he was.
MVP of tonight's episode. I honestly don't love a lot of the picks, and my number one MVP might also be my number one LVP. So I kind of just got to go somewhere completely out of left field. I think I maybe gave this person MVP last week. I'm going to go with Leo again, and it was a more subdued Leo performance than last week. I just think the combination of still hooking up with Anna Lee, avoiding the vote from Corey. He had a 1-in-3 shot of going in. Corey didn't go that direction. And I think he's just kind of playing a good, solid game. Again, he didn't have any like boom, bang moment tonight. I feel like he's just planting the seeds, literally and figuratively, for a good kind of second half of the season. So I'm going to, and admittedly, I believe. So I'm going to go MVP.
Good pick. Good pick. LVP, who you got?
LVP, I gotta give it to Deb Chubb.
Okay.
I gotta give it to Deb, taking Sydney out of the game, and just like, it's hard because Sydney is so strong-minded, and if you did that, like if I did that to somebody else in the game, it's kind of hard, right? Because you can apologize, but at the same time, like, you know that they probably want nothing to do with you. But I still just don't think she handled it the right way. Like, if you're Deb after the fact, you have to realize, like, I should just avoid her at all costs. If she wants to talk shit about my little boobs, like, that's fine. I'm just not going to say anything. Like, you have to, at some point, be like, I'm staying out of it. The damage is literally already done. Don't need to instigate it. I'm just staying away. And she did not do that. The injury itself was an accident. I get that. But, like, at some point, you just got to cut your losses and give whatever Sydney wants, however Sydney wants to take it, give that to her. And she just came across, like, once she started fighting back with Sydney, that's when I was like, all right, it's just a bad performance by Deb tonight.
The LVP I had is kind of along those lines, and I don't know if I should give it.
Give it.
I'm going to say Sydney's ACL.
That's a good pick.
For tearing.
Yeah, not to be confused with ACL tear.
every time I watch that scene in the comebacks, I literally just kind of like get sick to my stomach a little bit.
What, when he steps on the sunflower seed?
It's so fake, but it's still so
It's
gross.
hilarious.
His leg just goes.
I think that was after he got run over by a bus.
Yeah, he was all good. Wasn't there sunflower?
Yes.
The coach just.
Yeah, nothing can stop him.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going Sydney's ACL as my LVP.
That's
Honorable
a good pick.
mention, LVP Andy.
Andy, yeah.
What else is new?
I mean, you could give Nelson an honorable mention for both sides, MVP and LVP. I honestly thought about LVP for CT. He's just, again, is looking fat, wearing his shirt, making this little alliance with Tori and Michelle. Like, I'm just out on all of that. The C's, the Clover.
Did I just give probably the only time ever in challenge history that I'll have an MVP and LVP related to legs?
Maybe.
There's no way we'll ever do that again.
The double legs?
Yeah, an MVP that is a prosthetic leg and an LVP being an ACL.
Yeah, that's a good point. We'll get the stats guys on that.
There we go. All right. Anything else, Alex, before we wrap up this pod?
I mean, I don't think so. I feel like tonight was a good episode. 2-man pod. I feel like we're in a good spot for the season still.
Can I say something that might be controversial? Episode 5. Is this the best feeling of a season of the challenge at episode 5 in 10 plus years?
Ooh.
I feel like we're in a good spot. Like, I'm not even like. I feel like now in years past, we're already to I don't want to say limbo, but we're like starting to drag a little bit. I mean, this season's only getting better and better. Like tonight was the best episode of the year.
Yeah, and you look at the cast, and it doesn't feel like, oh man, we have so much left to go. Like, there's 2 teams now that have 5 people each. Like, we are. I don't want to say we're getting down to the nitty gritty or to the wire yet, because we're not. But we're not too far away from it. Like, it was a good episode. We've had a handful of good episodes now, and there's still a lot of room to keep growing.
I think it's getting close, though. I think, what is it, our 6, 7 favorite letter or 7-word phrase? You do not want to go home.
We're getting close to that, yeah.
Getting close.
Yeah, I feel like we're in a good spot still.
But yeah, well, thank you guys for listening to a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I've been your host, Trevor. You can follow us on Twitter at Stir the Pod. You can follow us on Instagram at Stir_the_pod. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Shout out Duffy. Go to bed, George. Yeah, Mason. Bye-bye.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.